Hey loves, welcome to my channel. It's the Makeup Michelle and I'm here to slay your day, okay? Gonna get into this colorful eyeshadow look and I'm also gonna show you how I do my highlight, contour, foundation, and brows. Grab a snack, beauties, and let's get right into it. Keep on watching. Look, and this is going to be my start to finish look. I'm going to show you how I do my brows, how I do my foundation, and I'm thinking I want to do like a colorful eye today. I feel very playful and very fun, so we're going to get into this colorful eye routine plus a foundation plus an eyebrow tutorial. You're getting it all today, so if you like what you see, keep on watching. I haven't gotten started, but keep on watching. Also, if you're new to the family, hit that subscribe button, get familiar. You're gonna want to watch. Also, tap that cute little notification bell because you don't want to miss what I got cooking. Product from TJ Maxx is this Advanced Clinicals Vitamin C Brightening Cream. I apply this as my moisturizer before I do my foundation. I found that it really brightens up my skin and it really creates like a smooth foundation for the foundation. Smooth foundation for the foundation, you know what I mean. My first step that I like to do is I like to conceal darkness, which will be under my eyes, and I also like to highlight with this, and I'm going to highlight these areas right here, and I do all that with the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer and in the shade Mocha. The areas that I would conceal first, which is right under my eye, and I just keep it right here under my eye. I don't drag it down here because when you use the beauty blender, it kind of does blend into that area anyway, so you don't want to do too much blending. These are the areas that I do place my concealer, which is the top of my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, on my cupid's bow, a little on my chin, and definitely under those eyes, girl. I'm tired eyes. Now I go into contouring, and the contour stick that I'm going to use today is by Iman Cosmetics, and I use the shade Earth 7 to contour. So I first apply the contour shade on my cheekbones. And I also like to apply it on my temples. Not so much to shorten my forehead because I don't have a big forehead. I just like to bronze this area a little more. Then I like to take it on my jawline because, girl, you know we have to cover up that double chin. So I like to take it there just to slim my jawline a little bit more because I have a round face. So I like to structure this area right here to make me appear to have a more of an oval shape. And that's basically what contour does. Go in with the Born This Way Undetectable Medium to Full Coverage Foundation. I did not know it said all of that, but this is the Too Faced Born This Way Foundation, and I'm in the shade Chai. And I'm only going to place this on the areas that I did not place the concealer, the contour, or the highlight. So I'm just going to take just a few pumps. We're not going to use that much foundation. That's it. Flat top kabuki style brush by Milani, and I'm going to buff out my foundation with this just on the areas that I placed it, avoiding the areas that I placed the contour and the highlight. So as you can see, I'm just blending out my foundation. I'm not blending the contour or the concealer yet because I'm going to do that after I do this step. So I first like to blend out my foundation, and then I blend out the concealer and contour after. White charcoal mattifying makeup setting spray. I love this stuff. We're going to spray the beauty blender with this just to dampen it a little bit. You don't want it too damp because then the more damp it is, the more it begins to erase your product. So slightly damp, and we are going to blend out everywhere that we place the concealer. I'm going to start with my chin. after I blended out those areas, I'm going to contour down the bridge of my nose from the top of my brow. I'm going to bring that down. And I'm just slimming my nose down just a tad to add a structure. And I like to do that step after I blend out under my eye because I don't want to mix the two. I'm going to take a sheer brush, and this is by Mary Kay. And I'm just going to blend out the contour of my nose. Just going to take the best tool that you have, and that is your finger, and I am going to smooth out with my finger the concealer down the bridge of my nose. Take an angled brush, and this is by Japanesque, and I am going to blend out my contour with this. Now that that's all blended, we're going to take a flat beauty sponge and we're going to dip into our Sasha Cosmetics or whatever setting powder that you find works best for you. I'm going to go in with Sasha Cosmetics to brighten up my under eye and set all the areas that I placed the concealer for my highlighted points. My bronzer, and the bronzer that I'm using today is by Morphe. This is a Phenom bronzer. Love this bronzer. And we're just going to dip into that and set our contour. Powder brush, and I love this brush by Japanese. It's another Japanese brush. We're going to use this to set our face, and the setting powder that we're going to use is the MAC Mineralized Setting Powder in the shade Dark is what I'm using today. I'm going to go back into the bronzing powder that we use, and I'm going to take the same brush that we use to blend out our contour on our nose. I'm just going to tap it lightly, and I'm going to set my nose contour with this. Now with the same beauty blender that we used to blend out the concealer, we're going to use that as an eraser and kind of get rid of these contour lines. So now that we softened up that contour line, now we're going to go into brows. Morphe brow brush, it's an angled brush with the spoolie, and I'm going to go into the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Pomade, and I'm in the shade Black Brown. Okay, now that we're done filling out our brows, we are going to clean them up, and I'm going to use the Milani Conceal and Perfect, and I'm in the shade 165D. This is the closest shade to my skin tone, so I like this. It's not too light, it's not too dark. It's perfect for sculpting out your brows because you don't want to use a concealer too light because it's going to draw attention to this area and it's going to look a little off, especially after you blend it and set your base. You don't want to disrupt that. So I'm going to take a little bit off the wand with a flat Morphe brush, and this is the M152 from the James Charles brush set, and I'm going to use that to carve out my brows. Okay, we just carved out our brows, under our brows only. I don't really take it up here, only if I make a mistake. And right now I did sculpt out the top pretty nicely, so I don't have to conceal that area. Just the bottom I like to clean up to keep them nice and sharp. And now we're going to blend that out using a blending brush, and we're just going to blend out so you don't see any harsh lines. Okay, so that's nice and blended, and as you can see, it's a nice shade. It does complement the skin tone very nicely. It's not too light, and it looks like I just got my eyebrows done. Now we're going to use a base for our eyeshadow, and I'm actually going to use the Tarte Shape Tape. I find that this works very well as an eyeshadow base for me, and it does lock in my shadows, brightens, all that. The shade that I'm going to do is Deep Tan. Again. Eyeshadow, and like I said, I'm going to do a colorful look today, and I'm going to go in with these two palettes, and it's the Candylicious palette by Bombshell Cosmetics, and I'm also going to use the box of crayons by the Crayon Case. I'm going to mix these two together and see what I get. Into this green. This is the green that I've been eyeing, and I'm just going to do that first. And I'm going to place it right here. I'm just going to put that green right there. And I'm going to just adjust off that color, the color switch by Veramona. And I'm going to use this to separate the different colors that I use, because I do want to keep using this M154 brush because it just places that color so nicely. So I'm just going to dip into the color switch and dust off that green. Has a little bit of a stain, but that green is gone. Next color that we're going to go into is this pink shade, and we're still using the crayon case, and we're going to go into the pink shade. Next color we're going to tap into is this pretty light blue shade, and we are still in the crayon case box of crayons. Next, we're going to tap into this pretty purple. So here you just see me applying a little bit more product to the crease area. I just wanted the colors to stand out a little bit more, so I'm just packing a little bit more of that pigment just to make it more vibrant, and you're able to see each color individually. Now that we have deepened the color and we filled out any like gaps that might have occurred from just pressing in those shadows, now we're going to go in with the Bombshell Candylicious palette, and I'm going to use a lid shade in this Patagonia Kashik shader brush, and I'm going to tap that shade called Honey and on my lid. I am going to line the top of my lid into my crease to separate these two colors, and I'm going to do that with this red. going to go in with our liquid liner, and I'm going to use the NYC liquid liner, and I'm going to create a wing. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of mascara. I'm using the Wet n Wild Mega Length Lash just to take away any dust that's being residue from the shadow that we placed on the lid. Now we're going to apply the lashes. I'm going to use these lashes that I got in a set from Amazon, and as you can see with these lashes, they're very separated and wispy like, so I'm going to use that, and that's really going to connect with the crease colors because it kind of like separates, and I think it's going to be a great lash to apply with this eye. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this. Okay, as you can see, that's the perfect lash. It doesn't take away from the eyeshadow, and it still gives your eye a very nice look. I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye off camera, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to do a lip, blush, highlight, just finish this face off, so I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, and as you can see, I've done both eyes. Now we're going to do some bottom lash line work. I love to do this. It really opens up my eyes. We're also going to add, speaking of opening up our eyes, we're going to add a little bit of highlight in the corner. We're just going to finish the whole look. I'm going to go into the Candylicious palette, and I'm going to go into this shade called Slush, and it's really going to make the light blue pop a little bit more. Pointed style blending brush. This is like a no-name brush, and I am going to go ahead and smudge out the bottom lash line, and I'm going to go in with another color from the Candylicious palette, and I'm going to use this blueberry color. I'm going to go in with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, and I am going to apply that on my lower lash line. Now that our eyes look very dull like, I'm going to add a little inner corner highlight, and I'm going to go back into the Candylicious palette. I'm going to take a pointer pencil brush, and I'm going to dip into Milkshake. Go into the Saharan 2 palette, and we're going to use this shade right here. We're going to actually mix these two, which are Lena and Zoba. Brush, pointed blush brush, and I'm going to dip into the two. A 510 brush, and I'm going to dip into this piece of Cake highlighting shade from the Vanessa Myricks palette, and I'm going to lightly sweep that in this area right here. To melt that all in place, I'm going to go in with the Basha mattifying setting spray. Mix, and we are going to mix natural and mahogany to line our lips. We're going to first go in with natural. That natural shade is a little bit ashy for my complexion. I'm going to go in with mahogany and just deepen it up a little bit and add a little bit more definition to my lips. Okay, as you can see, that add a little bit more warmth and definition. And the lipstick that we're going to go in with today is by Fenty, and it's in the shade I Quit. And we're going to apply that all over our lips. For a topper, we're going to go in with the Cajun Beauty Dazzle Lip Glass, and I'm going to apply that over top. And there you have it. That's the finished look. Thank you so much for watching. We did the step-by-step foundation, brows, and a nice colorful look. If you like what you saw today, please hit that subscribe button. Give this video a nice thumbs up. Get your girl out there. Join the family by hitting that cute little notification bell so you don't want to miss anything else that I got cooking. Thank you so much. Once again, this is the Makeup Michelle, and I love you guys. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.